James.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. Uh, I'm so sorry I'm a bit late.
Oh,
Thank you
no
for
problem.
waiting
No
for me.
problem.
Yeah,
No, sometimes it happens. It's fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, no, it's nice to meet you because we booked the lesson I think like a month ago or a few weeks ago anyway. So
Yeah, it was a long
nice.
time ago because I was trying
Yeah.
to, because I also teach and I also have some
hmm
other things going on. So I had to book in with that advance, with that advance.
Yeah, maybe with like a long time in advance. A
Yeah,
long time in advance.
yeah,
Yeah.
with a long time in advance, so I could like organize how things were going to happen, play out, go.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. No, very good. Um, so you mentioned that you're interested in psychology and spirituality and different things. Um, so I thought today, if you wanted to, we could talk a little bit about psychology
Of
in the
course,
lesson.
yeah.
Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah, great.
course. Yeah.
But
So
maybe just before we go into that, maybe you could tell me a little bit about yourself. So you said you teach Portuguese on.
I
Do
do,
you teach on
yes.
Italki as well?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm a Portuguese teacher on Italki. I have a background in law. And yeah, I like learning languages. I study English, Spanish, Italian, and French. And
Fantastic.
yeah, yeah. And I decided to create like sort of a project to motivate myself with English because, to be
hmm
honest, English is a language that I do not study much, even though I read a lot and I watch a lot of videos because
hmm
all the things I'm interested in uh, are in English. So, but it's like
Good.
so yeah, I have this capacity to understand, but when it comes to speaking, I'm not really good at. So I decided to have these conversations and study some topics and present those topics to these teachers that so kindly agreed to like be here with me, like you, James. Thank you so much for that. So yeah,
No, no problem. My
nice to meet
pleasure.
you. Yeah. What about you?
No, I think it's great, and I think it's great because you've got a goal. So I think it's important to have a goal, to be motivated. I think this is a really good way
Hmm.
to try and progress quicker.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so yeah, I also teaching here on Italki English. I speak Spanish as well because my wife is from Colombia.
Hmm.
Um, So I learned probably in a scenario kind of situation, just conversational Spanish in my case, and this helped
Hmm.
me to progress and to keep on learning. And no, it's very good. I'm interested in spiritual things as well.
Ooh.
We volunteer in our church here in Colombia. We live in Colombia now.
Hmm.
So yeah, we do a lot of voluntary work. That's really it gives us something else in life that we love doing. So
Hmm.
yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
a bit about me.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
so
so
it's good to meet you.
I never thought when I was younger I was going to live in South America, but yeah,
So
but
you're here.
now we're here, so that's nice. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Where do you live in Portugal?
Oh no, I live in Brazil. I am in South America
Oh,
as
you're in
well.
Brazil. Okay,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
okay.
You're in Colombia, right?
Ah.
You were in Colombia,
Which
you said?
city in Brazil are you in?
I am in a city called
Yep.
Montes Claros.
hmm
Yeah, yeah. It is
I've
in
not heard of it before. Which department? Which state?
a state called Minas Gerais. Minas Gerais?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I've heard
so
of Minas Gerais.
you have students from Brazil?
Yeah, a few. Most of them actually live in other countries. So I've got students from Brazil or Brazilian students in many other countries, in France, in Portugal, South Africa. So
Wow,
all over
so
the place.
interesting. Yeah, so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about psychology, but usually
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing, it's like it is I would like to talk about like in general, but I'm like bringing a topic and we could expand the topic. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking
No problem.
about yeah, I was thinking about resting, like how to rest because usually right now
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been working a lot like I used to do, but I am always tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I was thinking about what could I do? What should we do? What could we do to in order to rest? Because I think that even though sometimes I mean, for our
Mm-hmm.
professions, like we are teachers and we work from home, and it's always been that way for
Mm-hmm.
me. So I feel like in order to rest, I need to leave my home to walk around the block, come back, and
Yeah.
then I can disconnect somehow. But if it is raining or right now we have this pandemic going on and it's not really safe to go outside,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm working all the time. I'm like answering to my students' messages. I teach Portuguese, so even
Mm-hmm.
if I'm reading or watching something, I'm always thinking about ways of improving my teaching and in projects. I cannot rest. Like, so I
Mm-hmm.
came across actually, I was listening to a podcast called
Mm-hmm.
Eu Organizado, it's like Me Organized in English. And this
Mm-hmm.
wonderful woman that happens to be a friend, Ana Carolina, she came across this list of things that we could do in order to rest. And I'd like to share with you some items of that list. And I would like to ask for your
Yeah,
opinion
of course.
if you do those things or how, I mean, if you
Yeah.
do rest or how, or you could share other ways that you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rest. So
No
like
problem.
the first thing on the list that she found is time away. So time away would be like disconnecting, like taking vacation. I think for me would be
Mm-hmm.
going somewhere else over the weekend, like spending some
Is
time
it
away.
possible for you at the moment to do this?
Not
Or is it
really.
a bit difficult still because of the
Yeah, it is difficult right now. It wouldn't be impossible. I have this dream of like going to nature, like renting um, a small house, type of house in the
Mm-hmm.
mountains, because here in Minas we have some mountains. Just being there, meditating without technology. But I do not have a car. Can I? I do not have, or I do not own.
Yeah, yeah. No, either. So yeah, I don't have or I don't own.
Yeah, so I have this dream, like I would love to like wake wake up and spend the day like meditating with a book, but it wouldn't be impossible, but it is
Mm-hmm.
difficult. Yeah. What
It's
about you? Do
complicated, yeah.
it is, yes. Not
Yeah,
only
it's
now,
interesting.
it has been always.
For me, this is fantastic subject because I've thought about this a lot as well during this time of the pandemic. Because I think at home maybe we feel like we're going a bit crazy, like you said, we can't disconnect, and it's difficult to relax. Even though we're used to coming home and relaxing, I think during the pandemic because we've been home all the time, we've not been able to maybe feel as relaxed as before. So fortunately, here in Colombia now, things have just started to open up a little bit. So, for instance, we've been able to go out on some walks, me and my wife, like a little bit of exercise. On the weekend, we went to a park here in the city. It's just right on the edge of the city.
Mhm.
There's a bit of a natural reserve. So you've got real kind of not just the feeling of like a park, maybe with football pitches and this kind of thing. You've got more of like real, like being with nature, this kind of
Oh, wow.
experience.
Yeah.
So this was great. So I've loved trying to do these things, and my goal as well is to explore a little bit here in Colombia, because we've only been here 6 months, and the
Hmm.
pandemic has been here for the last 5 months. So yeah, we've not really had the opportunity yet
No.
to get out and to explore, which I would love to do. But
Oh,
I think it's
wow.
very important, like you said, like this disconnect from our day-to-day life.
Yes, yes, wonderful. I hope you get the chance to do that. So,
Me
yeah,
too, and you,
yeah.
and for you as well.
Thank you. Thank you, James. So, the second item on the list is permission to not be helpful. And and then it is wonderful because I feel like I have this obligation of saying yes to everyone, like family and friends. But it is okay to say no sometimes and just be selfish. Like, it is okay. And I feel like, I mean, I'm learning how to, because also you have to set priorities. And I think the thing that we do not realize is that when we say yes to something, we are saying no to a lot of other things. But we
Hmm.
do not, because we cannot do everything. We cannot be there for everyone at the same time. Like, we need to prioritize some things. How do you feel
Hmm.
about that?
No, it's very good. I would say um, saying that you need to be selfish sounds a little bit selfish, but I'd say sometimes you just have to learn to say no.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to realize, or we need to recognize our limitations, that we are humans and we can't do everything that we would like to do. So it's very important. Do you find, I don't know, in what aspects of life do you find sometimes you maybe you take on too much? Would you say maybe with work or with family, with friends? Do you find yourself falling into this trap?
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I have some, how can I say, dysfunctionality going on
Mm-hmm.
in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and sometimes I feel like some people in my family, they just want to. I understand that maybe as humans we do that. We just want to talk, like to vent our feelings and
Mm-hmm.
emotions. But I am 30 years old. I'm about to be 31, and I feel like all that I have ever talked about, it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, I understand that just by listening, people can feel better. But if it is the same thing uh, over and over again, and that's what I feel like I cannot be helpful with that anymore.
Mm.
Like I maybe I sometimes tell some members of my family, maybe we could find, like, how can I say, like medical help, like
Mm-hmm.
psychologist,
Yeah, professional
a
help. Mm-hmm.
professional help. Because, but I feel like maybe it's some, I've heard, I have a friend from Peru and another friend
Mm-hmm.
from Nicaragua, and maybe it is something that we do here in Latin America. Yeah, Peru. Yeah, something that we do here. The families in Latin America do. Like, we like to talk about our problems. We do not want to solve them. We just want to talk about them. And I feel like I have, like, I cannot do that anymore. Like, so I have problems with that, with saying no. You know what, I would love, actually, no, that is a lie to say that I would love to talk to you about that, but now I have to work. I really do not need to focus on work as much as
Mm-hmm.
I would want to help you. But yeah, and also
Yeah.
I feel like with friends sometimes, because I do have a lot of friends, and I feel like sometimes uh, there are some expectations. So there are many things like that I would like to do in my life, and I feel like there are too
Hmm.
many things. I was just talking to another teacher about emotional minimalism, how we could learn how to cut some social obligations out of our lives in order to have more quality, because I do feel like there are a lot of, not now in the pandemic, but before, a lot of birthday parties, a lot of weddings, a lot of Sunday lunch with family, a lot of things that
Hmm.
I need to attend to, and it's too much for me. I wish I would
Hmm.
have like a simple life, social,
Yeah.
simple life. How is it?
Yeah.
How is it? How is that in England?
Yeah, it's a little bit different in England because in England people are not quite as open as maybe in Latin America. So in Latin America, or in my experience in Colombia, people live kind of on top of each other, maybe a little bit,
Yeah,
and like family will come around unannounced sometimes,
yeah,
and this kind of thing. In England, I guess it's probably not quite so common. So
yeah.
generally, people would like let you know if they were going to come around. Um, but I don't know. My family maybe might be a little bit different to your average English family, but still, I think we respect privacy maybe of other people, and we in for my family, for example, I think we feel like we don't want to burden other people in the family. So if something is very important, like if something is very important, I will tell my mum, for example. But if it's not so important, maybe I might think, well, maybe I won't burden her with this worry
Yeah.
or something, Only maybe if it's very important, I would let her know.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is so different. Here it would be something like, well, in my family it would be something like, um, it, I mean, something happens, the whole family knows, and we, not me, I do not do that, but the ones that know first, they would inform the others, and then
Okay.
you get some information that I'm like, I mean, what? So how is some meaningless, some small things, small details, like, and then someone will
And
text
is it
me.
personal? Is it too personal as well? Maybe some
No,
of
so,
this information.
sometimes
Do people
no,
tend to talk about personal things?
no. Sometimes it is no. I remember it's not a family related thing, but I am from a small city in Brazil, and I remember, I will never forget the time that I was with a group of people, and someone said that she saw a, another person from the city going to a drugstore to buy some, how do you say, skin cream? You know,
Okay, yeah, some skin cream. Yep.
skin cream
Moisture
and
cream, something like this.
moisture, yes, something like that. And then the others are like, "Wow, did he?" And then I was like, what does it mean? And then I asked them to explain, but so
What's that got to
he
do with anything?
yeah, so he bought it. So what? And then they were like, no, but you need to analyze that because he's a man, and if he's buying moisture cream, it
Yeah,
might,
moisture cream. Yep.
the moisture cream indicates that he might be homosexual. And then I was like, but he's married, he has 3 kids. And they were like, still. And then I was, it's just too much, and that fills your brain, like your mind, with some meaningless information.
Meaningless.
So
Yep.
imagine you getting that information all the time. You take your phone and someone is telling something, and because for them, for some people, it might be important, but I mean, I'm not trying to say that it isn't. I mean, you get. I do not get what I'm saying anymore.
But it's funny what you said, in like a weird way. That people want to talk about these things, which they have no significance, really. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe sometimes in English we say it's just a lot of hot air. So it's just something that doesn't. There's no
hot air,
reason really to talk about it. Yeah, a lot of hot air.
hot
It's
air.
just people like almost like talking, but just for the sake of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what I would
Our
like to,
time is coming to the end, unfortunately, for today. I think, Camila.
yeah,
It's
it
gone
is.
very quickly.
I
Sorry
know.
about that.
No, 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 no. But thank you for your time. I loved meeting you, and
Yeah,
I hope
likewise.
I hope we can keep continue this conversation soon.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course, that would be great. Please
Yeah,
feel free
Janice.
to check my
Of course.
availability and see when it would be good for you.
Yes, yes,
Thanks a
Jane.
lot.
So
Nice
you
to meet
have,
you too.
yeah, me too. Bye bye.
Enjoy